On this week's episode of Marketing O'Clock.
ChatGPT? More like ChatGP fee.
It's a good data, exclude audiences on PMAX.
And ChatGPT adds something we've been waiting for.
Oh, on today's show.
Welcome, you are listening to Marketing O'Clock. Just stay tuned. Digital marketing news, but let's get specific. Digital ads, SEO and analytics, social media and more. Pretty much everything that'll make your website perform. With new shows every Monday. We give you the news with sass and puns and definitely hot takes. Thank you for tuning in. You know what time it is. It's officially Marketing O'Clock. Settle in, sit back, keep it locked.
Hey there, I'm Christine Zernheld.
AKA Shop.
I'm Gracie Miller.
And I'm Greg Finn.
And it's officially Marketing O'Clock.
Here on January 26th, 2026. And it is freezing here in Western New York.
Sure is.
The kids are off of school, not for snow, but just because it's so cold.
Oh, really?
Is that a real thing?
Yes.
A cold day instead of a snow day?
That must have been what happened Tuesday because there wasn't a lot of snow.
True. Well, the plow did get stuck in my driveway.
I'm so sorry.
It was really unfortunate.
So we're home with them all day for MLK Day, trying to work from home with them. Then we find out we have a snow day Tuesday. I'm like, oh, these kids need something to do. They can't even go outside. So I said, you guys are going to do a performance. We're going to do a concert tomorrow, live via FaceTime, 6 p.m. And I made them this whole checklist of all the things they had to do. You need to plan the set list. You need to do the choreography, costumes, glam, dress rehearsal. Mm-hmm. And it's called the Snow Day Spectacular Snow Performance starring the lovely Zernheld sisters benefiting the Sean McDermott Memorial Fund. And we invited the family to watch live via FaceTime. So the one item I forgot was the tech check.
Oh, no.
And I was so excited to use the new Bluetooth microphones we got for Christmas.
That was your only job, Shop.
They've used them separately, but not together. So it's showtime. They come out for their big reveal. We're live via FaceTime with my husband's side of the family. And the Bluetooth microphones turn on. They can't be on in the same room. It was the worst minute of my life. Like the feedback. And so then we run up. It's so loud. We take one out of the 2-year-old's hand, turn it off. Now she's beside herself that she's not the lead singer. So now they're going back and forth with the one microphone and it's just booming throughout the house. Zaza, no, give it to me. No, so loud throughout the whole house. It was pandemonium. But the show must go on.
Okay. How did it turn out?
Well, we had to cancel that first performance, but they rebounded for the second.
Okay. Second act.
Yes, it was really good.
So what were your guidelines that you gave them that they had to hit?
There weren't really any.
Oh, it sounded like it was pretty regimented.
They could pick whatever songs they wanted.
What did they sing?
They sang that Ordinary song.
Are you serious?
What's Ordinary?
Is that song slow?
The Ordinary. It's so dramatic. Then they did Where the Hell Is My Husband by Ray, but they had to say heck. And then they did Popular from Wicked. And so then...
Do they choose these or are you
No,
influenced?
you think I picked that first song? It's like a boy song.
You
Boy
definitely
sings
picked
it.
Popular.
Well, I played it a million times, but then they picked it. So then when the 2-year-old couldn't be the lead singer, she did the cymbals, the triangle. It worked out great.
You guys have cymbals and triangles at your house?
Yeah. We have all the instruments. Unfortunately, we did not raise any money for the Sean McDermott Memorial Fund because we offered free admission to teachers, students, grandmas, and nonprofit employees and veterans.
I think he's also doing okay. He's doing okay.
It's a hard week for the guy.
You know what his reaction was probably when he got fired? The same as when he wins.
Well, as long as they don't call me, I'm really busy.
And that brings us to today's sponsor, literally us, right here on YouTube. If you haven't subscribed, now is the time to do so. We really appreciate it. Subscribe on your favorite podcast platform. If you have an Apple account, go leave us a review. It really helps. And follow and hit that bell here on YouTube. We love to make more content and we are in the process now. So stay tuned. The best way to do that is to subscribe.
Big news coming out shortly after we recorded last week from ChatGPT. They had a post that said, in the coming weeks, we're planning to start testing ads in the US for the free and go tiers so more people can benefit from our tools with fewer usage limits and without having to pay. So if you're not familiar with ChatGPT Go, it's their, quote, low-cost subscription tier, and they're now bringing that to the US and everywhere ChatGPT is available. So they say they're giving more people expanded access to messaging, image creation, file uploads, and memory. That's $8 a month. So if you're using the free version or that Go version, you could start seeing ads. Plus, Pro, Business, and Enterprise subscriptions are not going to have ads, at least for now. Glenn Gabe read this article from The Information that was behind a very expensive paywall, so I'm glad that I didn't have to read it, and said that OpenAI is asking a small pool of advertisers for less than $1 million in spend commitments, each over a several-week trial period, and ads are launching in early February. So it seems like a closed, I don't know if you'd even call this a closed beta, but it's like a closed group of people. Not a lot of information about it's expensive, but
Who do you think would start on
less
that?
than $1 billion is like $999,000.
Yeah, right,
I'm sorry,
right.
right? Like,
Well, also
For what?
$1
2
is too.
weeks? I doubt it's going to be $1.
yeah, so we're going to start seeing ads, and then more on this. Apparently, it's going to be cost per view.
Yeah,
Pay per view.
you really nailed the moron part of more on this, because who's going to want to pay per view for this?
People really want their ads in there. I don't know. People with a lot of money.
Yeah.
Would you like to adopt me?
I feel like they also had said that there will be there is no self-service that is current, but it may be planned down the road. I just don't love it at all, where you're like, you don't even get clicks at all.
Yeah. I mean, pay per view is for boxing and the Snow Day Spectacular Snow Performance starring the lovely Zernheld sisters,
I
not for
agree.
ads
Right. Yeah. No,
on the internet.
I don't love it. It's just going to put in the bigger brands in there.
Right.
And people that are looking for performance, I think, are going to stay away from it. And we talked about it a little bit before as well, when this, or at least I talked about it, and it's new. When this came out, they were just, the only messaging was about how it could impact users of ChatGPT. And I never get that. Elon came in and bought Twitter, turned it into X or whatever. And his whole thing was hey, you don't have to get ads if you buy premium, and then realize maybe we want ads on the platform. But you just talk so negatively about all these ads, and you push everybody not to have these. And it's well, who's going to want to advertise?
Yeah.
And you make this announcement, they could think through it a little bit more and be hey, this is going to revolutionize the way that advertising works. We're going to be using all this different intent. We're going to be doing blah, blah, blah. And instead, there's absolutely nothing about it. And then the things that we hear leaked out probably price out 99% of businesses, maybe 98% of businesses, due to the spends, which I'm assuming is somewhere between $500,000 and $1 million. And then it doesn't seem like it's anything that is super meaningful, at least for people outside of brand awareness.
We don't even know if there's going to be any kind of targeting at all. It could just be a masthead ad, right?
I would assume there's going to be targeting, just because they're not that dumb. The other thing too, like I talk about with Elon, Sam Altman came out in 2024 and is talked against ads in ChatGPT and talked negatively about it. Yeah, he had said it would be a last resort back in 2024, ads in ChatGPT. And now we're here in 2026.
Yeah, just not thinking things through. Meanwhile, this week, the Google DeepMind CEO said that Google does not have any plans to bring ads to Gemini for now. So probably going to change their tune.
For sure. By 2028, there will be ads in Gemini.
Yeah.
For sure. You heard it here first.
Also, Anthony McDaniel had a funny take on this. He said, PPCers on LinkedIn after this past weekend. As a longtime ChatGPT ads expert, or Chad's expert, as we like to call ourselves, I'm here to offer you a playbook with my top 10 revenue optimizing recommendations for every conceivable industry vertical. Just comment Chad's playbook below for me to DM it to you.
I like
do.
the
They should call it
chads.
chads. Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. Anthony, we're calling it chads from here on out. Okay, and speaking of ChatGPT, there was also another, I would call this blockbuster announcement that came from The Information. And allegedly, ChatGPT checkouts, we heard about instant checkout. We saw Copilot is doing it. Google came out with their new protocol, and ChatGPT sort of started that. They're going to take 4% of Shopify merchant sales if it originates in ChatGPT. That's a high number. And then you got to think, what Shopify users are going to want to run ads when your product is already being discounted in a way where you're losing 4% of that total sale price? Like that's shocking, I would say. They're just becoming an affiliate essentially.
It's like, is it even worth it at that point?
Right. And especially like, all right, now I've got this fee, which could be quite large, and then on top of it, you're paying if you're running ads. Like it seems like a little bit of chaos over there. Like I would get it if they're like, hey, I'm Sam Altman, ads are last resort. But what we're going to do is we're going to feature you within Shop, like your products. If you like opt in and want to do this 4% thing, that's a way we can make money. But like all this stuff just seems to be like coming out at once, and it just does not seem to be well thought out or well planned. If you are a Shopify merchant, it's important to know that the fees will be on top of what is also charged by Shopify. So another fee on top of that. And then Shopify will begin making merchants' products available through these checkout features on Monday, January 26th. Hey, today, through a data sharing program the company announced late last year. Products will be available for purchase by default on platforms that don't charge an additional fee. So those platforms are Google's AI Mode and Google Gemini, and Microsoft Copilot is they do not have additional fees to have your product into their GEO results, or generative results. So merchants, if you want to be in ChatGPT, you will have to opt in to anything that has a fee per the report. So anything free, Shopify is going to sync it up and connect, and you're going to be good to go. And if there is something like, hey, I want to be on ChatGPT, you're going to have to opt in because there's a fee there. So I really like that by Shopify, and it's kind of up to the merchant to pick their own flavor.
On some lighter news, one of Cypress North's own, Clicking Up with Callie on TikTok, or Callie Kessler, spotted another control update for PMAX campaigns, Data Exclusions. So with this new feature, you can exclude website visitor lists or customer match lists. So more controls for PMAX is always a win. I am very excited about this.
This is huge, but I saw Kelly put this in the marketing channel. Like, figure out the naming. I was like, data exclusions, big whoop. Like, I thought it was like when you have an outage on your site, those data exclusions, and you're like, oh, don't look at these dates.
I know.
I was like, oh, you could do it at the campaign level.
I know. She's like, hey, are these data exclusions new? I'm like, what are you talking about? And I like run upstairs. I'm like, wait, these are actual audience. These aren't like audience signals.
It's an audience exclusion.
Yes.
It's crazy that you call it a data exclusion.
I
I'm
don't
with
know.
you.
It's not Callie's fault, but.
And it's like technically everything's data, but like it's not really like numbers or, and like, why would you call audience exclusions? It doesn't make any sense.
Probably because they just don't want people to use this.
I was going to say, they're probably
Right. It's like,
trying
it's like, oh, my data exclusions.
That's a huge fine.
Yeah,
That's
so check
exciting.
your accounts.
And now for this week's
Cool tool.
As a reminder, our Cool Tool segment is not an official endorsement or paid mention. We're simply sharing something we found in our travels that may be of use to our listeners and is really, really cool.
This week's Cool Tool is a new knick-knack to add to your pack, Lily Ray's Substack.
Wow. See you later, Jess.
Yeah, wow. You only tried one time. You already beat every rhyme she's ever done.
Well, the year's still early, but I'll take it. Lily Ray has created a Substack account. Her first piece is posted, and it is a reflection on SEO and AI search from 2025. We will have the link to her newsletter, and if you're looking for some great search insights, definitely check it out and subscribe.
Now it's time for this week's Take of the Week. This is a #fire digital marketing take with extra spice, served up for you. We simply deliver the take for your consumption. We give no opinions, we don't influence, you make the call.
This week's Take of the Week comes from Simon Wilson. And Simon is a strategic media consultant. And apparently Meta thought they could get Simon and his client an 11% higher click-through rate. That sounds pretty good, right? 11% higher CTR? Who wouldn't want that? Well, unfortunately, Meta's idea to get that click-through rate probably would work. They had recommended putting a picture of a child drinking a pint in their ads. He says, we're working with a pub brand. Meta recommended turning on Advantage Plus creative image generation, and this was one of their AI-generated suggestion. And there's a little child, maybe 6 or 7, and
Stop it.
they have a full-on, it looks like a lager.
It's a lager and a wine glass.
I was just gonna
She's
say,
so
like,
classy.
And she's got a munchkin too, it looks like.
It's like nobody drinks beer out of wine glasses, and like kids can't drink beer.
Kids can't drink beer.
So I would say, like, yes, AI is getting better. Yes, things are improving, but there's still a reason that you can't go full Vimeo and fire your entire staff, right? Like, you need to have oversight to things. And sometimes an 11% lower click-through rate might be beneficial. Thank you, Simon.
Now it's time for this week's
Pew, pew.
lightning round. At this point in the show, we split up our content into 3 parts: paid, organic, and social.
Before we get into the paid lightning round, we want to thank us for sponsoring the show, specifically the Marketing O'Clock YouTube channel. If you are not subscribed to us on YouTube, you are absolutely missing out. First of all, if you only listen to this show, you're like missing out on so much fun. Tables puts amazing clips in. The visual experience is so much better. Have it in your second monitor at work while you're getting work done. It's wonderful. But also we have extra content. So there's videos of all of the interviews we do. If you want to watch standalone interviews, we're also going to produce more digital marketing tutorials in 2026. So like tips and tricks and expert guides. And I think we have some surprises later this year too for some more content. So make sure you're subscribing to us so you're not missing out. First up in the paid universe this week, hopefully if this impacts you, you already know, but Google Shopping API users must switch to Merchant API or it's not going to be good for them. You are required to complete the switch by February 28th for beta users, and Content API users are required by August 18th. If feeds aren't properly connected, campaigns that rely on product data, so if you're using any feed labels, they could stop serving altogether. So make sure you figure that out if you're an API person. Next up here, I saw this from Anthony Higman.
Oh, hell no, shut it down, pull the plug, I'm done with this now.
Of Google being like, these are the demand gen drops. Like, what? Are these sneakers? Like, stop trying to make demand gen cool. Like,
Oh, like a drop, not like a downhill drop, but like a drop.
yeah, the new demand gen drops. Like, what? Okay. So these new demand gen drops are all things I believe that were announced at Google Marketing Live, but are now just becoming available. So demand gen will now have shoppable TV, so you can purchase products while watching YouTube ads on the big screen. I think that toy should be banned.
You gotta put your
I'm a
remote
little-
pretty high up.
Yeah, I'm a little afraid.
What toy?
Just any toy should not be able to have shoppable TV for that.
Oh, yeah.
Mhm.
Could not be good. Also attributed brand searches. So you can see the volume of your campaign's branded searches on Google and YouTube. And then finally, travel feeds are coming to demand gen. So you can connect your hotel center feed to build dynamic video ads featuring pricing, ratings, and availability. Next up, new research from Tenuity says that spending on Google search ads rose 13% year over year in Q4 2025, up 10% from Q3. They also said that Google shopping ads climbed 16% year over year in Q4. And PMax campaigns accounted for 62% of total Google shopping spend and 61% of sales. Non-shopping PMax inventory made up 39% of PMax spend, and 13% of impressions came from YouTube outside of search and PMax. They also said, this was funny to me, Google text ad clicks hit a 19-quarter high, growing 9% year over year. Spend rose 11%, while CPC growth stayed modest at 2%. That makes me think that it's the new layout.
100%. I was going to say the same exact thing. Weird when you make it look exactly like an organic result, and people might click on it more.
Yeah, more people are clicking. And
also, it's wild that there's 62% of any type of PLA ad or product listing ad, shopping ad is PMax. That's wildly high to me.
It's high.
For the fact you literally have so much less ability than with a shopping ad. You can't set targets at an asset group level like you can at an ad group level. Like up until this week, you couldn't exclude audiences until Callie found it. Like there are so many reasons that's like shocking to me.
I wonder if it's because I feel like Google reps kind of push PMax on you to use all of the time, every single meeting.
100%.
PMax. So people that don't realize, they just probably like, okay.
And then if you're setting up a new shopping campaign, like I feel like they just push you into PMax in the platform too.
Yeah.
Like gray patterns.
No, I agree,
Yes.
but I'm just surprised that 62% of people are that dumb to spend on it.
You're using PMax.
Well, I use PMax in certain scenarios, but to say that we're spending 62% of our shopping spend on PMax is grotesque.
Ill-advised.
If you're out there and your company, your agency, somebody's doing that, get a hold of us. We'll give you a free audit and let you know what else to do instead.
Another non-surprising stat, over on Amazon advertising, sponsored product clicks rose 23% year over year because it's all sponsored products.
It is all sponsored products.
But average CPCs declined 1% on Amazon. So at least there's something.
I want to do my own show where I just talk about why I think PMax is so flawed as a product.
He's still on PMax.
I am.
How many episodes?
It'd be
Would it be a
one-episode
limited
show.
series? Okay.
Yeah. It's just a mini series of one episode.
What do you think? 40 minutes? An hour?
I bet I could do a few hours on it.
Few hours?
No, it'd probably be about 40 minutes. But to put all of your eggs in one basket towards PMax, what people are doing, it's like you're going out across everything else. And the thing with PMax to me, I'll summarize it into 1 minute here. When you put all these different channels in that cannot perform as well as search and cannot perform as well as shopping, and you lump them all together, and then you give it a target ROAS that only 2 of the channel types can probably actually hit, search and shopping, guess what? Everything else is never going to work the way you want it to. Display can't hit returns that search can. YouTube likely won't, in the standard reporting within Google Ads, hit the same targets that search can. Like putting them all in one group and assigning it one target is insane to me. Like if you could give them different targets, that would make sense, or percentages up or down or something like that. But if you put a target in there and you think you're running PMax and you're covering this whole, like across all these channels, you're not. There's only 2 of them that really can drive value in a way that the others can't. Like it's such a strange product to me, the way they have it. It just doesn't make a lot of sense.
Well, it makes a lot of sense for Google.
But not even really. Like it would make a lot of sense for Google, except for the fact that target you put in there. You put a target in that is going to be skewed towards search because that's people looking for something. In the way they're reporting is, you could see a YouTube ad. When you look at conversions, like if you look at platform comparable, it looks better. But search and shopping are the lion's share of performance within Google. Everything else can perform. But when you put them in with other things, there's clear winners typically that happen.
Yeah, but they creep in spend from all those other networks that you don't want to be on.
Right, but in my mind, Google's idea with this is like, hey, you're not doing YouTube Shorts. You're not doing YouTube. You're not doing Gmail. Let's make this campaign type that'll spread out to everything. But then we give it this target that you're going to rely on these 2 channels so heavily to hit that number that the other channels are going to be so minimal, or like, look at your channel performance.
Yeah.
Like it's never like a nice even spread. It's because you've got that target, that's the flaw. And that's my show. What do you think? Do you think it's got
There's
legs?
the trailer.
You need a theme song.
What the fuck is wrong with PMX?
Next up, Glenn Gabe says he's seeing more and more ads in AI mode. I think everyone is. And one example was interesting. He's looking at laptops, and one of the ads is for a buying guide for laptops. And then the other one sends people right to the product page on Dell. So very different options there. Google released a promo video for Google Ads Decoded, which is their new podcast hosted by Jenny Marvin. She promises candid conversations, real insights, and no fluff.
Can I say something with this? I shared it when it came out. I still haven't found the podcast.
Oh, I didn't think they released the first episode yet.
No, but we talked about it for a while now. Can we get to the podcast?
I think it's coming.
We want the podcast, Jenny.
And now it's time for Brom Vander Corner with Brom Vanderhalen. First up this week, over in Meta Ads, you can add threads to your Meta Business Suite. They are also updating the sponsored label for ads that run on Facebook and Instagram. It will now say ad instead of sponsored. That's pretty big news. The Instagram Explore ad placement is being removed from the list of available targeting placements. That might be our first in memoriam for 2026. And you can now add a breakdown for country and audience segments under geography in Meta Ads. And that was Brom Vander Corner with Brom Vanderhalen. Next up, TikTok is adding more control options to their Smart Plus campaigns. So you can use this auto select option, which will scan your existing ads and eligible creator content from TikTok One, then recommend the best performing creatives for your brand and campaign goals. Andrew Hutchinson, I would disagree that is giving you more control. I think that is giving TikTok more control, but appreciate you for breaking this news. And also, you've never listened to the show. Next up, TikTok is also expanding its ad previews in Ad Manager, so you can check out what every variation of your Smart Plus ads will look like before they run. And that's it for paid. What is happening in organic?
All right. And in organic, first up, we heard about it last week. We talked with Morty Oberstein on Google's personal intelligence. It is now rolling out over the next few days within Google. This is an opt-in lab experiment. And it is only for Pro and Ultra subscribers in the US. If you forgot what that was, go listen to the interview from last week. Or it can scan through your Google Photos, your Gmail, Google can, and then help customize some of the results based off of past purchases, things that it thinks you like. In one example last week, it found a license plate and tire size. So Robbie Stein from Google was out on X touting this, and he said that he just used this in his daily life. He said that he was looking and asked Gemini for good everyday shoes that he could wear. And then Gemini gave him a response, and he went and he purchased them. And in the video, there was a little shoe emoji over his shoes, which got me thinking, what are these shoes?
What are those?
And so I went on a freaking deep dive, because I looked at the shoes. I'm like, these are like Air Force Ones.
Wait, the emoji or the actual shoe?
The actual shoes he bought. Because he said, I went to Gemini. I asked for, quote, good everyday shoes. And I was perplexed as to why he was given Air Force Ones. Air Force Ones they're too clunky for me. Like I can do dunks. Dunks are clunky even for me. But then Air Force Ones, it's like I never really hear of Air Force Ones as being a good everyday shoe.
I like them with a dress.
Okay. So I went on this deep dive trying to figure out why Gemini would go through, and follow me on this. I think I cracked the code, and I think I'll run through it. So he didn't just get Air Force Ones. He got the Air Force One 07 LV8 shoes in the black and gray wolf colorway. And I was like, this is so specific. Why is this?
Mm-hmm.
So then I'm like, I'm going to go to Gemini and just see like what it thinks about Air Force Ones. Because again, it's a pretty big shoe for what looks like kind of a dainty fella. And so Gemini said, the Nike Air Force One Low is
It's strays.
one of the most popular sneakers in the world. But whether it is a good everyday shoe depends entirely on what you prioritize. The short answer is yes. They're excellent for style and durability, but average for all-day comfort. And then I kept thinking, I'm like, why on earth is this personal intelligence showing the shoe? Why is he covering the shoe he bought with an emoji? What is happening? So I went in and I asked Gemini, I'm like, what is Air Force One 07 LV8 shoes? Gemini said, it's got premium materials, great for a VP at Google. The design details have soft, unique touches, and it's slightly thicker on the sole. It gives you more height, 4 to 5 millimeters to your height. So then I went on a deep dive. I have not seen a photo of Robbie Stein being taller than any human being on the internet. And I think Gemini did a great job. Maybe in his inbox, he's got like lifts or something like that. I think he's a short king. And I think Gemini did a fantastic job running through all the pictures saying, bro, you need a little lift. So I am now pro personal intelligence with Gemini. What are your thoughts?
Robbie is catching strays here.
This is really far.
Well, I initially,
Far
Why wouldn't he get these?
Yeah.
you should get those. Those got about 6 inches to them. But
I
no,
could rock those like you do.
I was against this. I'm like, this doesn't make sense to offer the Air Force Ones. Then when Gemini analyzed them, it's like, bro, you could take 5 millimeters. I get it. So I'm pro this now.
Poor Robbie. Come on.
Okay.
Dainty fellow.
Dainty fellow.
While I was getting my deep dive, I was using Gemini to do some research. And I did notice that there is a new Answer Now link. You can see it's like analyzing, sneaker, composition, going through researching, fetching. There's a button that just hits Answer Now that Google launched. And you can just get a quick answer within Gemini. Barry Schwartz has written up over in Search Engine Roundtable. I don't know why you would want to.
So just like cut to the chase.
Yeah, you can say, tell me the details of this. And if you answer now, it just gives you a short and quick version of it.
I would click that every single time.
Why would you use AI then? The whole point is the research it does.
Just like
for
give
you.
me the answer. Like I got it. Like just give
But
me
it's
the
going to
answer.
be a worse answer.
Just give me the answer.
No, that's wild, Gracie. All right. There's also good news-ish from Danny Goodwin over at Search Engine Land. Organic search traffic is down 2.5% year over year. We've heard staggering numbers, staggering drops, much higher percentages. It seems like, according at least to similar web data, that traffic is only down 2.5%. Additionally, Google traffic seems to be up. Organic versus paid clicks, 90% of that is organic, 10% is ads. Although if we extrapolated Q4, maybe that number would rise on the paid side of things. So there's a whole bunch more good information there. Head on over to Search Engine Land. Google also came out with an announcement. They said we're launching full-length, on-demand practice exams for standardized tests within Gemini, starting with the SAT, available now at no cost. So the practice SATs are grounded in rigorously vetted content in partnership with the Princeton Review, to which this is just something you need to be cognizant of if you're in any of these industries, that Google can partner with somebody and then make that content. Like, I'm assuming they're paying the Princeton Review on this, right? When the Princeton Review is backed by a Chinese company, like venture capital company called Primavera. And so Nate Hake had a good tweet. He said, so many are calling this the end of test prep companies. Read it, y'all. It's literally a Google ad in partnership with a test prep company. AI is transforming the economy, but not how most think it is. It's mostly just helping platform monopolists roll up more markets. So just something to note, if Google can partner with somebody and keep it on their own, you need to figure out other ways to expand beyond Google and pray. All right, your YouTube Shorts feed might be filled with a whole lot of more AI-generated content from your favorite creators. So according to Neil Mohan, our boy over at Google in YouTube, he said there could be AI-generated versions of the creators themselves. So guys, we might not have to do the show anymore. We just have our AI bots do it.
I would love that for me.
Do you think the AI bot will go in depth and spend an hour and a half trying to figure out Robbie Stein's height and see if he's a short king or not?
I don't.
It would probably already know.
I don't love this, but I guess if you're lazy, it could be cool.
I wonder if you'll be able to actually tell.
I'm just like so viscerally opposed to AI fake stuff. Like LinkedIn, I know it's AI the second I open it up.
Mm-hmm.
You see these commercials and on TV, and I'm like, oh my God, I can't even look at this. This is like, I will like never buy from this company.
Did you hear about that video, the AI video with the rabbits jumping on the trampoline?
Yeah.
That's fake. Yeah.
Yeah. Wait, did you think it was fake when you saw it?
One rabbit like cut and
I
fell
thought it
through
was
the
real.
trampoline.
I thought it was real when I saw it too.
All right. And news from the CEO of Cloudflare. Google has a huge edge, not only over Microsoft, but OpenAI, because they have the most data. So the CEO of Cloudflare said that for every one page OpenAI sees, Google is seeing 3.2 pages. So they've got a much bigger data set. Also, Google is seeing 4.8 times more of the web than Microsoft is. So all the signs are skewing towards Google starting to win the AI race, essentially. Buy stock. Don't buy stock. Let's talk to your advisor. All right. And this is why you shouldn't buy stock, because Google is appealing the monopoly verdict that they were deemed a monopoly last year. So they appealed it, saying that, as we have long said, the court's ruling ignored the reality that people use Google because they want to, not because they're forced to. The decision failed to account for the rapid pace of innovation and intense competition from established players and well-funded startups. Additionally, they reference some of the signals that they have to hand over to this. So Barry's got another article. We went through an affidavit that came from Google. Basically, they said, one of Google's quotes was, Google's crawling technology processes web pages on the open web, relying on proprietary page quality and freshness signals to focus on web pages most likely to serve users' information's need. They showed a chart of all of the content that Google has seen. It is a giant red chunk of spam, duplicates, and low quality pages, and then the pages that are actually in their index. And they're trying apparently to show how much they have to do to keep the quality as is. And they made a point that if spammers or other bad actors were to gain access to Google's spam scores, they would be able to spam more, which I'd say is a good point, with the exception that in the verdict of the monopoly, they're supposed to give it to like qualified competitors, not to just spammers out there. But again, a qualified competitor could leak the information or something. Okay, and then Glenn Gabe had a cool term that I just want to use moving forward. He says, I think I'll coin this Mount AI, yet another example of a site publishing a ton of AI generated content that surged and then dropped right off. It's a really nice chart, really nice mountain, kind of looks like Mount Rainier in my mind. And Tim Solo has another little mountain range here, and he is showing for Ahrefs how many signups self-attributed to ChatGPT since January 2024. And you can see a big spike. It did seem to drop at the end of the year. That could be seasonal, could be holiday type stuff, or it could be a decline in ChatGPT. But it was kind of cool information. Again, self-attributed, so not going to show up in your GA4 attribution or anything like that. So take it with a grain of salt. ChatGPT has also been in the news for a lot of problems, including people unaliving themselves and all that stuff. And so they've come out with a new age prediction tool. So they can estimate whether an account belongs to somebody under the age of 18. And it looks at behavioral account level signals, how long it's existed, and a whole bunch of other stuff. So hopefully that helps. And Apple is releasing 2 new Siri versions this year. One with iOS 26.4 and one next year with iOS 27. So maybe it's this year, maybe it's next year, I'm not sure. But the big news is both will be powered by Google's Gemini. So Bloomberg reported that its codename is Campos, and it will be deeply embedded into the iPhone, iPad, and Mac operating systems and replace the current Siri interface. So you can still use it by saying Siri, or holding down the side button, I think it's a great time to just give it a new name. Siri is such a bad rep.
But it's always been Siri.
Yeah, but it
Oh, because she sucks. Yeah.
Additionally, big news, Apple is also developing wearing a AI wearable pin with a camera, sensors, all that. It's going to be the size of an AirTag and could be released next year.
For what purpose?
So that you can record your entire life and record every interaction that you've ever had with people, and to surveil people. And
So we've got the glasses, you've got the pin. What do you think's going to be next?
great question, Gracie, because OpenAI is aiming to ship its first device in 2026, and many people think it could be earbuds. So Tech Radar has a new leak. It was revealed on X. The device code name is Sweet Pea, and it's allegedly powered by AI and taking on Apple's AirPods. So this leak came from a user on Twitter called Smart Pikachu. I prefer my information from Smart Pikachu rather than Dumb Pikachu, personally. And there's some images that make it seem like it is going to be essentially, there's a reference to ultrasonic transmitter. It seems smaller, and it might be worn behind your ear. It seems like a small little thing, like a little pea, a little sweet pea. And it could offer environmental sensing or contextual awareness rather than just acting as a passive Bluetooth receiver for ChatGPT. You know what? The one thing I've thought I need in my life for a long time? Right by my brain, the most important thing that I have, I always think, like, what if I could have an ultrasonic transmitter right there?
Sounds great.
Hey, let's talk about recipes here quickly. So Adam Gallagher from Inspired Taste, friend of the show, posted some examples on X of improvements coming to recipes. And they are back to those sort of card-like examples. And instead of having those Franken recipes that pull in, change recipes, use different images, it seems like that these card links are back. So we saw card links show up, and then Frankenstein's were before the cards. Now there might be cards back. Google, we just want real recipes from real humans with real taste buds. And that is it in organic. What is happening in social, Gracie?
First up in social, X published AI-powered algorithm code, and it will predict how likely you are to engage with the posts on your For You feed, which I feel like this is kind of already how algorithms work, but like it shows you what you engage with, it shows you what they think you're going to like, but now you've got the AI part mixed into it.
I feel like it's bad. I don't like the For You on X.
I don't have an opinion. I don't use X, but
I don't like it. Needs
well, maybe you will now.
No.
Yeah, I can't. X has gotten so bad. I just can't anymore.
Nah, it's
And
not
the
worth
For
it.
You is part of it. Yeah.
Also with X is also experimenting with paid promotion tags in Stream. They're developing new content tags, which would make it easier for creators to run paid promotions within their X feed. And there's a simple tagging option to indicate the partnership. Next up, Instagram is testing using the term friends versus the term following. And I feel like it should be the other way around because I'm not friends with everyone I follow.
Yeah.
Like I follow famous people. I follow Alex Earl.
Well-
Like, I wish I was her friend.
And is the number going to go down because is it only people that you follow? And
Oh, like it's
follow you
mutual?
back? Yeah.
I don't know.
That
I
would
wonder
be
if-
good for some people who like really care
About
that
that.
number, you know.
I wonder if maybe they'll add another column.
Mine would just be like friends 0.
Oh, stop it. It'd be 1. I follow you. And then Instagram Threads is experiencing with animated sticker posts. So they're kind of like GIFs, but are like enhanced emojis. And that might be fun, but it also might be stupid. So
I'm so
That's
done
where
with
we're at.
Threads. I re-downloaded Threads for some unknown reason. I get these notifications. It's like Sean McDermott will be. I hit the button and I just go to Threads and I see the nonsense. It's
How
like,
about, did you see the Bills one? Do you follow the Bills?
the Buffalo Bills?
Yeah.
No.
Ever heard of them?
Yes.
Right? Like the day after he was fired, there was a thread that was like, he's back, ... And I was like, what is this? And I never found out, but it was
You
a really weird time to post that.
The
You
Bill's
can't
posted
figure
that?
anything out on Threads. It's literally the work. Like whoever
Why would they
runs
post
that thing.
It might have been from like a week ago, knowing Threads.
Oh, and then everyone started giving it traffic, probably.
Yeah.
And that brings us to our real life segment, straight out of our accounts and into your ear holes. It's time for Working Hard or Hardly Working, where we talk about what's going on in our IRL work, good, bad, or otherwise.
Hardly working for me this week. I am going to complain again about these reps being so pushy. Some clients do not wish to speak with them and like to send us to the meetings on their behalf, and that is their right. And then they're so pushy about like setting up meetings with them to set up enhanced conversions. And I'm like, we got it. We don't need you. And then just like putting meetings on the calendar. Like, please.
With the client?
Yeah, leave me alone.
That's like mine. Okay, I'm just gonna go. I'm gonna follow
Sure.
that. Somehow, somebody's adding meetings to my calendar, and it's like adding it. It's like the new spam that I get.
What?
Are they
It's like-
webinars?
Yeah, it's webinars.
Me too.
And they'll be like,
What?
the list is too big to show, and I'll be like, wait, what do I have here? I don't even get it. It must come in and like go straight to spam, but it doesn't spam show as spam on my calendar. I'll get these calendar invites, and it's like unearthing and decoding the secrets of AI, and it's like I would never go to this.
What's the company doing the webinars?
It's multiple different.
I don't know. I just delete them. I'm like, oh my god, I don't have
I
time
get
for
like
this.
one a week.
What?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I know.
Hardly working for me this week are hidden search terms. I think Julia has said this before, but Julia's starting to get to me. We're spending a lot of money on search terms we can't even see, and the frustration is building.
It's crazy. Yeah.
Now it's time for this week's ICYMI.
ICYMI people.
This is something you just might not have seen. Maybe something that you overlooked, but you shouldn't have.
ICYMI people. Little tip from Darren Shaw from White Spark. He says, if you still haven't connected your socials to your Google business profile, this is your sign. Google is pulling information from your social profiles directly into search results. So he has an example for Alabama Song Bar. Sounds like an amazing place. They have a special today, spicy Thai pork burger. I'm starving. That apparently they posted about on social media, and it pulled it into the results.
That's cool.
Well, especially because Google Business Profile is unusable. So like if you have to close the dance studio due to inclement weather and you only post about it on IG, it could pull into there potentially.
That
would
is
be
cool.
nice. Yeah.
That would be nice.
So ICYMI.
Now it's time for our must-read marketing article of the week. An article so advanced, so in-depth, so detailed that we simply cannot cover it in its entirety on today's show.
This week's must-read marketing article of the week comes from Alex Vandepool over on LinkedIn. And Alex has a lengthy article on LinkedIn called, Is the Extra Cost of Google Hotel Ads Actually Worth It? I know this is niche, but this is a great breakdown. He talks about the efficiency they can bring, the trust signal you can gain, the multiplier effect that you get when you connect Google Hotel Center, and then also has 3 different things to watch out for. So if you're in the hotel advertising space, this is one that is a must read. I know it's niche, but appreciate it. So thank you, Alex.
And now on to our playlist of curated songs to work to. You can head over to playlist.marketingoclock.com to listen to Marketing a Playlist. I will be adding Popular by Ariana Grande as performed by the Snow Day Spectacular Snow Performance starring the lovely Zernheld sisters benefiting the Sean McDermott Memorial Fund. Gracie, what will you be adding?
I will be adding I Just Might by Bruno Mars.
And I'm going to be adding Anyone Else by Adam Yoakum.
All right, that does it for today's show.
It is now officially not Marketing O'Clock,
Thanks for listening.
We miss you already.
and we can't wait to see you next
Thanks
week.
for listening to Marketing O'Clock. If you're looking for more information on today's topics, head over to marketingoclock.com/newsletter to receive every single article we covered. We share the news as it breaks in our Discord community. Head over to community.marketingoclock.com to join.